Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with another reading for the second half of March 2017. And I just wanted to let you know how I'm going about this the reading this time round. And as always, I will use my VERA SIBILLA deck, and I'll be using this first off this time. And then I have a deck that warrants a bit of an explanation. I'll show you these cards one at a time as I tell you them. They're called the Tarot of the Mystical Spiral, and it was created by an Italian called Giovanni Pelosini, and the artwork is by a man called Giuseppe Palumbo, and the notion, the thread, the theme of the spiral is really something that that talks about nature. It goes through nature in all forms, from the macrocosm of the galaxies to the microcosm of our DNA, and the entire energy of the universe acts in helicoidal motion in some way. And of course, these laws are not really fully understood, as far as I understand myself, as far as I know, because what we usually remember and think of when we talk about and imagine the spiral, these are notions that have mystified alchemists, scientists, artists, mystics, and the traditions and myths in any continent talk about in some way or another the spiral, and in a symbolic language, in a semiotic way. And even in the mystical traditions, the great mystical traditions and esoteric mystical traditions of the West and the East, is inspired by the spiral. So come with me, and let's use this initiatory deck. This is an initiatory deck. It's the symbolism shows us, it talks about, it tells us about a path of initiation, and it invites us to make a quantum leap in our consciousness, and to go there among the sage, the wise men, and understand the secrets behind Gothic cathedrals, or invites us to dance with the dervishes, or the Maoris, and meditate with the yogi, or even go travel with the Vikings, and dragons, unicorns, and sphinxes, and minotaurs, with archangels, the Knights of the Templars, and try to find out the ancient the secrets of humanity and of life itself. So come with me, and we'll use this deck to clarify. And every time I pull the cards, I'll say what the card specifically means in this deck, and try to see if we can get clarification using that. So off we go to those readings, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Aries. It's time to concentrate on you for the second half of March. Can't believe it's March already. Second half of March for Aries. Birthday's coming round. Oh. All right, what do we have here? 2 cards. Let's look at those. Militare, and malinconia, MM. Military and melancholy. I'll put those off to the side. Well, the silence is killing you, isn't it? All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right, now, I'm putting this off to the side. I showed you that, so they're here, okay? Now, what the general atmosphere here is that you're coming to grips with the notion that your idea of a relationship, per forza, needs to change. The idea, man, woman, marriage, the car, the kids, the house, or woman, man, marriage, anything, that has to change, because you're understanding that the messiness of life is such that it defies, at least in your life, what a normal relationship is made out of. And so you're thinking that, well, maybe I was taught differently, or maybe I have learned a lifestyle that is just not for me, because I'm talking as if I were you, okay, all of the Aries out there. I see that I go toward things that are unconventional and are different from what I see around. And it makes me grow, and it makes me mature, and it gives me a challenge that I enjoy. But how do I compare that with all of the teachings that I have had, and my family, and my friends, and relatives, and what? So this is the kinds of things that are going to be on your mind this second half, starting the 16th of March. And because, what I have here is, first of all, jealousy, and denaro, money. And this does talk about a revolution in your notion of what a long-term relationship means. Also, the focus card here is the death card, Morte. And you remember these two cards, Militare Malinconia, something that is, the silence is killing you. And so you're starting in your mind to understand that the silence is part of the relationship, that is part of the whole picture. And it's a one-stop shop deal. You get the package or you get nothing. Now, doesn't seem to be a problem here. There are very problematic cards here. For example, there are 3 rows here, and I'll try to show you as much as I can. 3 rows of 5 cards. At the top, second card is the Imeneo, the nuptial dance, the coming together on a permanent, as permanent as we could think of as humans. And then mirroring it on the last row is this disgrazia, the house on fire. So, there again, it's talking of a revolutionary idea concerning coming together. And the notion of riunione, meeting, and thinking, of coming together, is being pondered, because the sacerdote is right in the middle. You have the impression you are 2 single people. Can it be possible to be a couple if we are 2 single people? And this is on your mind. These are the questions you're asking. Now, around that death card here on either side, oddly enough, first of all, mirroring this sacerdote is the delirious people, the deliranti, that, you are at unease with the idea of, on the one hand, you favor your freedom and your liberty with a passion. You brandish your sword, and whoever come in my path of my freedom, you're ready. But there's also the fear of being alone. Now, however, the cards are telling you very, very clearly, Aries, that you are not alone, and you will not, Belvedere, in the future, be alone. The Grand Signor, the Grand Dame is a part of your picture. You need to revamp your notion of how you're seeing the picture. Now, top, Vecchia Signora, who speaks to positive change, and the bottom, the Dottore, the doctor. And they mirror each other. And there is a positive change, and you will be taking care of number 1, because it's the evolutionary process of the thinking that will aid you. Now, let me take these mystical spiral tarot and see what the death card is talking about, how deep. And then the military and let's talk about that silence first of all, the military and the malinconia. Yeah, militare malinconia. The silence is getting to you. And well, eremita, this is the hermit. Did I say that right? Yeah, I said that right, the Hermit. And this is the Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords. We have a mixed bag of difficulties here. Now, the Hermit in this deck, the Hermit is quite particular. It's the ninth major arcana, and it talks about the patience that the inner and the hidden riches hold for you. Patienta animi occultas diventas habit. It is the patience of turning your vision around that will be your richness. And here we have this, well, this is attesting to that. The page, the Page of Cups here. This is a person who's called Fidia, who is watching looking at admiring a piece of work, an artwork, and in the Acropolis of Greece. And here we have, and of course this is an artwork. You're looking at how you can create the art of the relationship in your life. The Seven of Swords. This Seven of Swords is the spiral. This is Theseus is in the spiral of of Crete, killing the Minotaur without leaving any thread to Ariane. And I can't remember how you say that in English. Filo d'Ariana is without leaving a trace, okay? Without leaving a trace, no longer making it possible for you to go back to the original thought of a couple together. So now this is quite eloquent in the idea that it's time for a change. You need to change your notion about, 2 by 2 and Noah's Ark and children and all of that. It's time for you to look at it in a quite different way. Let's see what the ebony runes, which will ground us a little here and give us some kind of illumination. Whoop. In the bag, there's a little fold that gathered the rest. Whoop. Okay. Need. Okay. Need is telling us, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Aries out there, without any further ado, take the bull by the horns and go forward. Now, this is the nameless, faceless rune right over that sacerdote, the priest, and this is telling us you need to find a unique distinction for your relationship, how you conceive the relationship, or else you will never be able to enjoy that relationship. You won't be able to go forward with that relationship. This is a Watts Merkstake. The death card, over the death card, there's Pedro Brightstave, and it talks about seeing in transformation the opportunity to distinguish this relationship. Right over the Belvedere card, right over the Belvedere, we end with this lovely Sohilo, the sun, Sohilo, right over and telling us about the future with our Gran Signore or our Grand Dame. Ladies and gentlemen, Aries, I hope this was of help to you. Namaste, and until we read together again. Bye-bye.